But the question isn't how Michael ended up in Vinewood.
Can't go through with it.
The question is what trauma he paid to stay there. You know, the movement, the bank heist, the bullet, the fake death. The $2.5 million lie was the price of his new life. A price paid in the blood of Brad Snyder and in the betrayal of Trevor Phillips. But that lie didn't buy him peace. It became a poison. You knew the crime, but you never knew the cost. The truth that destroyed the DeSanta family. Michael was born around the 1960s, possibly in the Midwest. Michael had a terrible childhood. He grew up poor in a trailer park, an absolute opposite to his children's luxurious life. His father was an abusive alcoholic who eventually left. His mother didn't help, offering Michael different confusing stories about why his dad disappeared. Despite the chaos, Michael was a star high school football player, good enough to be in the newspaper. However, his anger issues and constant injuries forced him to quit the sport he loved. Moreover, Michael got into crime at a very young age, landing in prison twice before his 20s. But he used this time to learn, picking up criminal skills. After making $10,000 in his first big robbery in 1988, he became addicted to that life. He used his failures to fuel his progression, becoming an expert marksman and an excellent heist boss, alongside his partner Lester Chris. The DeSanta family lives a lavish dream life in Los Santos, built on a terrifying lie and stolen money.
Fake your own deaths to your best buddy, and then run off with the dough, and then live in a big mansion.
The betrayal occurred in 2004 when Michael faked his death during a bank robbery, cutting a secret deal with corrupt FIB agent Dave Norton. Michael not only ran off with the loot, but he abandoned his partners Trevor and Brad, leaving them to believe they were dead or arrested. This stolen and shared money became the family's original sin. It brings constant guilt and danger, poisoning their lives and feeding the
Your
arguments.
psycho nerd game! Weirdo! Loser!
Despite having a mansion and government protection, Michael is deeply bored and depressed, hating his empty luxury and his broken family. He misses the thrill and control of his criminal past. The inner struggle is broken when a problem from his past with a Mexican gang forces him back into dangerous heists. But now, his need for excitement and to be in charge becomes stronger than his wish to stay clean. Amanda DeSanta was born around 1970 in Liberty City. She had a difficult childhood, with her mother pushing her and her sisters into working at her strip club, possibly as prostitutes. Amanda from the beginning had little control over her young life. However, she met Michael then Tonley at the strip club in the early 1990s. They quickly fell in love, and Michael also paid for her breast implants. Though their start was morally complex, she got pregnant with Tracy, then they married and lived in a trailer park for a while. But after moving in Los Santos with their new wealth and luxury lifestyle, Amanda grew miserable. Michael became lazy, depressed, and controlling, ignoring her while criticizing her spending. This was especially galling because Michael had already made their financial situation worse, losing most of their early savings in reckless investments and debt trading. She felt forced to raise their children alone. Their marriage officially fell apart the day Amanda caught Michael cheating with a stripper. After that, she started cheating on him with multiple younger men. Their marriage just became an unofficial open relationship until a huge fight over Michael's smoking and the return of travel led to a devastating yoga session. Michael, furious with the annoying yoga instructor Fabian, fell into the pool. Amanda, completely done with his behavior, shouted
We are leaving and we are never coming back!
she was leaving and took the kids to move in with Fabian, threatening to take Michael to court. A few weeks later, Jimmy tells Michael that Amanda is tired of Fabian. At a cafe after Fabian insults them, Amanda surprisingly tells Michael to hit him.
Well, what
She agrees to move back in with Michael and the kids after they all attend a therapy session with Dr. Fred Lander. During the session, they yell out all their anger, and though chaotic, they feel better and promise to try and stop cheating. By the end of the story, Amanda and Michael have stopped fighting and act friendly towards each other, and you often see her and the kids happily spending time together at home. Jimmy is the lazy 20-year-old boy, formerly James Only. He is addicted to video games, smokes a lot of pot and constantly whines. He shows a lot of cowardice, quickly backing down when his dad gets angry, and he never takes responsibilities for his own mistakes. Jimmy's relation with Michael is messed up. Michael cares, but he's furious that Jimmy is so lazy. Jimmy once drugged Michael to steal his car, yet Michael often has to save him from trouble, showing the bond is still there. Jimmy is one of the only family member brave enough to really stand up to Michael, even if he quickly backs down. However, Amanda pampers him and protects him when Michael yells. Jimmy takes advantage of this, using his mom to go against his dad. They don't have a real meaningful relationship, yet he and Tracy have an aggressive, opposing relationship, constantly fighting and insulting each other with very little kindness shown. Moreover, Jimmy mostly acts like a spoiled young adult who feels untitled, but by the end of the story he starts to get better. He begins working out and tries to find a job. He ultimately represents a generational problem within the DeSanta family. Tracy is introduced as a spoiled and immature teenager. She often fights with her family, whether it's over the TV remote with her dad or about a homeless person with her mom. She rather be with her friends and tries to pursue adult films, which her parents strongly dislike. Though her relation with Michael is very tense and difficult, she acts out to get attention. Even though they fight a lot, she occasionally shows care for him as the family mends. Michael is annoyed with her, but he still wants her to succeed. But with Amanda, they are not close and don't get along well. Amanda dislikes Tracy's life choices, leading to an emotional distant relationship. Tracy's character highlights the tough time arguments that happen between parents and their kids, made worse by their deeply troubled family lives. Michael DeSanta got away with the crime. He bought his mansion, his freedom, and his $2.5 million lie. But in the end, the lie became his prison. The psychological cost, the betrayal of his friends, the abuse of his family, and his own financial stupidity. In short, he never truly escaped the trailer park. His family found a delicate peace, but only after they destroyed everything they built.